Previously, I've platinumed both Sonic and All-Stars racing games, which went from very fun and easy to still very fun, but very hard. But there is still one more racing platinum I have to do before CrossWorlds releases, and that game is This game was released in 2019 and is rated a 4 out of 10 in difficulty. Let's just say that is not correct. I've also played this in the past and didn't really enjoy it, so in this video, I'll be going for its platinum trophy, while also seeing if it's as bad as I thought it was. There are 52 trophies in this game, and our first step is to play through Team Adventure mode. Team Adventure is this game's story mode, following a sort of similar format to Transform's World Tour, having events scattered throughout different chapters. Amy is inviting Sonic to a picnic, but they're interrupted by a Tanuki named Dodon Pa, who is inviting them to a race. Without giving too much detail, he tells us that we're racing in teams with his advanced cars on punishing tracks, which sounds suspicious to everyone, but we head to Planet Wisp to participate. Also, you could tell they didn't put too many resources into the story, like come on, chat boxes? Anyway, I played this race on hard difficulty, as I'll need to do this on every race for the trophy. Well, that wasn't so hard, and at the very start, I already got my first trophy. Quick off the mark, because I already know how to do boost starts. Let's go. As Dodon said, this game is played as a team, and the three of us contribute to our total score. Whichever team has the most points in the end wins the race, and this wasn't going too well. Dang, they're so far ahead! Okay, let's do this, oh crap! Oh! I thought that was gonna go way farther than that. Whoa, I'm getting dizzy. I guess that's for doing a triple stunt. Dude, I feel like I'm just not gonna beat those dudes. Wow, yeah, we did not win that at all. And I missed that. Wow, we did terrible. My next attempts didn't go well either. My team and I were constantly far back and I was getting hit a few times, but I was getting trophies during it, like this one for performing a skin boost on a teammate, and this one for hitting someone with a burst, along with using our team ultimate for the first time, which is this game's version of All-Stars, but in the end, I still couldn't get first place. Knuckles, why are you in 5th? Oh my gosh, this sucks so bad. Oh my gosh, I can't, bro. It took that long to get 1 star. Either I'm that bad, or the game is unbalanced. I'll see as we get through this. That wasn't a great introduction, but the second race, which was on a remastered track, went a lot smoother. On the same note, I want to talk about some differences between the games. First of all, throughout the race, there are rings to collect, which increase my top speed, and they added an extra shortcut to this track, which I do appreciate. After I finished this race, I got all 3 stars and a key, and I'll need to collect every single one of these for their respective trophies. Moving on to the next event, it was on Roulette Road. This gives me a little PTSD from Transformed, but more importantly, it's a new event called Daredevil. This event requires me to skim star posts to get points. The closer I am to the post, the more points I get, and if I drift through them, I get a bonus. Along with this, skimming the red side will give me a multiplier, increasing my points even more. To earn the stars for this event, I have to meet the silver and platinum medal requirements. On my first attempt, I only got the silver medal, but I was feeling stingy, so I tried over and over until I could get the platinum medal. This wasn't a great idea, and I was starting to get a little annoyed in the process. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, man. It's always the big strip at the end, no matter what game. I decided to give it one more attempt eventually, and this is how it ended. I'm not getting platinum right now. We'll come back for that event later, but in the meantime, I encountered another new event called Ring Challenge. As the name suggests, you just need to collect enough rings before the time runs out, and you can get more time by drifting into the rings. This was really easy, so I got both stars and the key, which required me to collect 100 rings in a single drift. The following event was my first Grand Prix. Just like any other Grand Prix, it consists of 4 races, and you get more points depending on your position after every race. If you have enough points at the end, you win. To To get the star, we just had to win, and to get the key, I had to collect 100 rings across the Grand Prix. Now with this being Team Sonic Racing, my teammates also had to be on their A game, which is annoying since I could do well, but if my team sucks, I lose the Grand Prix and waste all that time. This is where things like skin boosts come in. These are trails left by me or teammates who are ahead, and if you drive within that trail, it boosts you. This helped a lot to charge our team ultimate, which we really needed at the end of the second race. Okay, never mind. Thank you for giving us a team ultimate. Thank you. We would have lost that 100%. Moving on to the third race, we utilized another feature called Team Item Transfer. Whenever you get a power-up, you can press circle to offer it to your teammates if you don't want it. This also increases our team ultimate meter, but even with all the team abilities, we still did terribly in this race, but at least I got this trophy. That was awful. There is no I in team. Perform team item transfer, skin boost, team slingshot, and... okay, so perform all the team stuff. Okay. We were still in first place after that, but if we messed up again, we would definitely lose. So I locked in during this final race and helped my team out as much as I could, leading to this trophy, and here's how this final lap went. Where did that go? I sent that forward. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, we did it. Ooh, let's go! Let's go! My team actually locked in for once. Nice. And that trophy was for performing 10 team slingshots in a single race. Nice. The final event is a survival race. This is a normal race, but whoever is in the bottom positions after a lap is eliminated, and only the top 3 will finish. This race was pretty easy, but that elimination factor will be a problem later on. But with this event done, that's the end of Chapter 1. Go hard or go home. Complete all possible events on hard in any team adventure mode chapter. Hey, let's go! And the taunting Tanuki, complete chapter 1. Before moving on, I went to the garage. This is where I could customize my vehicle's looks, which earned me a trophy, and apply mods to them as well. The way you unlock these mods is through this. There's gambling in this game. There's friggin' gambling in this game, let's go! Using credits earned after events, I can open mod pods to earn mods and bonus boxes I can select before races, and there are also legendary parts to earn as well, but these are purely cosmetic. I'll have to unlock every single mod excluding the legendaries and spend 5,000 credits here for some trophies. Going back to the story, we're introduced to Team Vector, comprised of Silver, Blaze, and Vector, who are convinced by Dodon to join the race, so this now adds a second team for us to fight. With my newly customized car, we easily won the next race, which earned me a trophy. Surprisingly, I was having fun with the game at this point, but this was potentially going to change with this next event. Why is this in the game? So if you've never seen this event before, this requires you to reach checkpoints split between robots while dodging traffic. The blue robots just move forward, the yellow ones move side to side, and the red ones will follow your moves. These were by far the hardest events in Transform due to the strict time requirements on Expert, but in this game, they're pretty easy. The time is pretty lenient, and since there are no other difficulties for anything that isn't a race, it makes these events more manageable for now. I continued through the chapter and started to notice how bad my teammates could be, and also that they reused dialogue throughout the story, so I started to tune it out at this point. But going back to the teammates, this Grand Prix is where the problems start to show. The first race ended with one of the teams getting their ultimate at the last second, and my team didn't have the greatest positions. All 3 of us played like trash in the second race, but I at least got third. Can't say the same for them though. And things were even worse in the third race, but this was the last straw. Oh my gosh, I'm getting destroyed. And my team is in the back still. Man, I'm so far back, it's embarrassing. Yes, it is embarrassing, you fool! It's super embarrassing. Oh, we lost this. We lost. My team sucks, and I got hit like 40,000 times during that. Yeah, but we're in third place. No, we're restarting the Grand Prix, dude. And things didn't improve. I was getting hit a lot, but my team wouldn't hold their own either. This was genuinely getting on my nerves, and we're barely on chapter 2. The next day, I went back to it and still struggled. Oh my gosh, this is impossible! I didn't know what I could do to improve. I felt that I was doing just fine, but no matter what I did, my team would always fall behind. At least during this, I got a trophy for hitting 3 racers with all 3 rockets, 1 for performing 100 team slingshots, and 1 for sending 5 items in 1 race. I started trying different characters, which is a good time to mention that there are 3 types of characters: speed, technique, and power. Speed specializes in speed and handling, and releases a burst when performing a high-level drift. Technique specializes in acceleration and steering, and allows me to drive on rough terrain, and power specializes in boosting and defense, and can break through objects without spinning out. Knowing this is very crucial, as it explains why I struggle with Tails and the Chow. They are technique characters, so I didn't have enough speed to get away from the competition. So I switched to Sonic, and things went much better. Almost all of us got top 3 in the first race. Let's not talk about the second race, but we did get top 3 in the third race. Sonic's speed helped me out a lot, and I was learning to work with my team more, giving them items and slingshotting them. I also got another trophy for blocking a projectile with a cube. So all we had left was 1 more race, and I finally beat past this Grand Prix. I played the best I could, and so did Tails, but Knuckles was falling behind. Let's see what happened. Knuckles better not screw us up. Knuckles better not screw us up. That better get us first place. I don't know what he was doing the entire race. That better get us first place. Tails and I were in first and second. I'm tired of this race. This Grand Prix, bro. Yes! Finally, bro! That Grand Prix sucked so bad. I'm so glad that's over. Oh my gosh. Praise God, bro. That was terrible. 4 out of 10 difficulty, by the way. With that stupid Grand Prix done, all that was left was another survival race. I messed up my recording though, so all I have is the trophy for finishing chapter 2. Before we move on to chapter 3, I want to go over all of the multiplayer trophies. We'll start with the trophy, A Friend in Speed is a Friend Indeed. This requires me to beat a friend's leaderboard time on a track. What I did was play on my alt account and set an easy time to beat. However, the problem with this is that there is no friends tab on the leaderboard, so I had to find myself among thousands of people. Why didn't they add this? I couldn't tell you. On top of this, it kept saying I didn't have a time set, even though I did, but once I finally popped up, I unadded and re-added myself, as someone on PSN Profiles recommended this. I had to set a time on my main account to make it easier to find my alt, and after a few minutes of fiddling around, I happened to be right under my alt account, so I chose to race against the ghost, and I finally got the trophy. The next day, I hopped on stream to get some more done, and my next trophy was Sonic Heroes. I had to get my other 2 controllers and complete a team race with them, which was pretty easy. Don't just get DNF'd, right? I don't have to actually do anything. Oh, I already got the trophy. Sonic Heroes, nice. Now I had to get some online trophies, which were to finish an online race and win an online race. One of my viewers, Tenna Wolf, started a custom lobby, and we were easily able to get these trophies. Oh, it didn't matter. Let me introduce myself, finish an online race. There we go, but there is a me. That's all for the multiplayer trophies, but some are easier to do with people, so I'll show these here as well, starting with Shockproof. This requires me to avoid the effect of Ivory Lightning, and the easiest way to do this is to start a Team Lightning race, because there is a lightning bar that charges up and will strike when it's full, so I could just use invincibility to avoid it. So I got a few more people to join, even though we didn't need this many, but either way, I got the trophy. There we go, Shockproof. Later on, I decided to knock out Violent Void and Villainy 101 at the same time. Violent Void requires me to use the Violet Void to send a projectile back to an enemy, and Villainy 101 requires me to hit Sonic 3 times as Eggman. So I started a vampire race to narrow the items down, brought my alt and Tenno in, and we got to work. I got Villainy 101 pretty easily, but Violet Void took a little longer since I wasn't getting the correct item and I kept messing up, but we eventually got this as well. Oh, there we go. Violent Void, finally. Thank you to everyone who helped with these trophies. Now let's get back to Team Adventure. Dodon invited more racers in, and this included Eggman. This made everyone extra sus of them, but we'll see what's really happening later. Now that I was playing as Sonic and knew the team mechanic more, things were going a lot smoother. Of course, not perfectly, but better than before. I was also getting some more trophies along the way, but even though I swapped characters, I still needed to improve my car a bit, so I gambled again and got a bunch of parts for Sonic, and my chat was recommending to prioritize boost and speed. With these new parts, I was getting ahead a lot easier, but I still needed to learn to time our ultimate, as we would get destroyed at the end of the race. But regardless, I got past that event and encountered another new event called Destruction. This one requires me to destroy targets. Different types of targets give me more points, and I get a bonus if I drift while destroying them. These are the easiest types of events for me, so I won't speak too much about them for now. Besides this, there was also another Grand Prix, and this one went much smoother than the last one. I was learning the shortcuts on each track, my driving was improving, things were looking up, but my team still sucked. This is easily the biggest problem for me. I'm playing just fine, but sometimes no matter what I do to help, my team just can't keep up. I mean, we still won in the end, but we easily could have lost. But anyway, after finishing this elimination race, I finished chapter 3. Speaking of this story, at this point it's revealed that Eggman and Dodon may be working together to make a special engine. I'm not going to talk about the story much, but I'll mention it a little bit. Chapter 4 introduces the final type of event, Egg Pawn Assault. This requires me to destroy as many egg pawns as I can before the time runs out. There are 4 types of egg pawns. The yellow ones are nothing special, the blue ones take 2 hits and give 100 more points, the red ones drop a bomb after being destroyed and give an extra 50 points, and if I get too close to the pink ones, their spikes will spin me out and also give an extra 50 points. I beat this on my first attempt. Surely this means they'll all be easy, right? Outside of this, I found my new favorite track here, got another trophy, and did yet another Grand Prix, where I noticed Knuckles was throwing. Knuckles is in 12th. Nice, what a goat, dude. That is so pathetic. What is he doing? This happened again on the final race, and it could have cost us. I hope we won the Grand Prix after that. Dude, what is he doing? It's always Knuckles, bro. I'm starting to think this dude just doesn't know how to drive. Okay, we won though. Finally, there was the elimination race, and things were not going well. This dude Knuckles is gonna get eliminated. Nice, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. This dude Knuckles, he's just not locked in. Oh, nice. I say that and then I fly off the map. Like, I don't know what's happened, but these last few races, he's just been so bad. Oh, literally everybody has a team ultimate, apparently. Okay. I think Tails is next to get eliminated. Yep, there goes Tails. Nice. I no longer have a team. I'm gonna assume I can't get any team ultimates now. And I got hit by that. Nice, dude. And they have a team ultimate. Alright, I lose. At this point, I don't think there's a win. Unless, wait. Wait a minute, let me not give up just yet. Let's go, let's go. Cheaters never win. Nice, chapter 4 is done. I don't believe I should have won that, but... To celebrate that clutch, I gambled yet again and got a few more easy trophies, like this one for traveling 200 meters on rough surfaces with a single Jade Ghost, staying in a drift for a minute, and using a boost to avoid being slowed down by terrain. Chapter 5 has Silver being extra paranoid about the whole situation. I mean, I would be too if I had to be a part of this game. His hunch is correct though, as Eggman hired Zavok to steal some mysterious item. Outside of the story, there isn't much else to mention about this chapter, except for this Daredevil event. I was struggling a decent bit with this, but after a while, I started using a strategy that a viewer mentioned earlier, where instead of drifting the whole time, you just do a quick drift as you pass the posts. This gave me more confidence to get close to the post while still getting my drift bonus, and after 2 attempts with this strat, I was able to pull it off. There we go. Alright, that was more annoying than it needed to be, but at least I finally got a platinum on one of those. Along with this, the Grand Prix this time was pretty bad as well. The first race ended with my teammates in the bottom positions, so that's great, and this happened at the end of the second race. Okay, dude. Okay! Nice, man! Absolutely awesome! That was so cool, dude. Literally at the end of the race, man. All of you guys in the top 5 deserve that. You deserve that so much. That was so skillful. Y'all deserve that win. The rest of the Grand Prix went alright, although we almost lost because Knuckles threw again at the end of the last race. Safe to say, I hate the team mechanic. Anyway, here's the end of Chapter 5. In Chapter 6, it's finally revealed who Dodonpa really is. The president of Dampa Motors. Yeah, so he's not actually a villain, he was just here to test the racers for his ultimate energy engine. This engine is pretty much built to help out the world, which is an interesting twist to be honest. As for the actual events, I was getting really used to the game at this point, so I happened to get all the stars on almost every event by the end. Of course, there were hurdles, mostly with the Daredevils, but overall this whole thing went pretty smoothly. Can't say the same for Dodonpa though, as Eggman kidnapped him. Who cares though, I finished Chapter 6. I also got this trophy for hitting 3 people with pink spikes, and once I realized I almost had every star, I went back to the first race on normal to place first myself and got my first star trophy. Celestial! Nice, first star trophy. Now it's on to the final chapter, which takes place almost entirely on Final Fortress. This chapter introduces one more kind of new event, which is Showdown Race. It's a normal team race, but every team is full of egg pawns I can destroy. These events are really easy, although I did lose once because of you know what. Good job, team! Good job! You guys are so good! Good job, team. Best team I could ask for. I get screwed up by them. Nice. Anyway, after finishing this final showdown race, I finished Chapter 7, at least the story parts of it. The final showdown! As for the ending, Eggman's machine went for his fortress's energy core, and the heroes had to save everyone from the explosion. It'd be really nice to see all of this play out with the cutscene, but whatever. I still needed to finish one more event to get well that wasn't so hard, so I quickly dealt with that and got the trophy. Wait, but still... Huh? Oh, complete all team adventure chapters on hard. Now that I had finished the story on hard, I had to earn every single star. I could now play on normal, which makes the race stars a lot easier. Although I did place some of them on expert as I need to do so for another trophy. Overall, the stars weren't very troublesome. My skills were really sharp by this point, so I was getting through a lot of these on my first attempt, or at least in under 5. As I completed each chapter, I would earn trophies for doing so. I also got a trophy for collecting 20,000 rings and unlocked the final performance part. However, there was one type of event that gave me a lot of trouble, and that's Egg Pawn Assault. Yeah, they aren't as easy as that first one. The issues I had were that I would constantly get hit by both the pink egg pawns and the bombs. I know it's best to hit those guys from the side, but that isn't always possible. Also, I love that the blue egg pawns have to eat my rockets as well. The thing I hate the most though is that the power-ups are too far away on some tracks. How am I supposed to destroy the egg pawns if they're too far away for me to ram into them and I have no rockets? This event you're seeing took me about 10 minutes to complete and earned me the Chapter 4 trophy, but this one was horrendous. The power-up problem is present here, and it really screws with me since I needed to somehow get 4,000 points while being unable to get extra time. I would get close a lot, but then fail in the dumbest ways. This went on for over 40 minutes and I just couldn't stand it anymore, so I hopped off the stream and came back an hour later, where in less than 10 minutes, I got this goated run. Finally, bro. Thank you. Yeah. Oh man, can you feel the sunshine? That was terrible, bro. With the stars done, I now had to collect every key. I briefly mentioned them earlier, but they're side objectives on some events that require you to complete them and earn at least 1 star. I thought these wouldn't be too hard, but man was I wrong. I was hoping to get this done on stream, but in 4 hours, I wasn't able to. Some of the requirements are easy, while others are awful. I won't mention every key, but I'll talk about the horrid ones. Stage 3-5 required me to use 2 team ultimates. A very simple goal, but annoying to reach. I could barely get 1 ultimate, let alone 2. I was constantly giving and taking item boxes, using skim boosts and everything, but we just wouldn't get the ultimate. Screw this requirement. Stage 4-4 required someone on the team to be first in every race. This isn't actually hard, but on the last lap of the last race, this happened. Oh, you are just annoying. Dude, That lightning actually just messed everything up. That lightning messed everything up. I just lost the key on the final race. All because of that ultimate and that lightning. Are we serious? The worst combination possible. And then I got hit by something, by nothing, bruh. I'm not going back to this right now. Nope. You literally just completely wasted my time. Don't worry, I beat it the next time I tried. Stage 4-5 required everyone on the team to not be eliminated. As I keep saying, I'm not the problem when it comes to this stuff. It's my team. No matter how much I help them, someone gets eliminated. In a different survival race, I learned that playing the power character works the best since they're always the one getting eliminated. They can't get eliminated if the GOAT is using them. It still took some time, but I eventually pulled through. I love Stage 6-6's requirement though. Not only does everyone have to survive the race, but we also have to get 2 ultimates. The worst requirements on one stage. Awesome. This is the survival I mentioned earlier, where I found out that playing Knuckles was the play. I failed for quite some time before this, but even after switching to Knuckles, nobody was getting eliminated, but now we couldn't get the ultimates. After a while, I eventually decided to use a bonus box that charges our ult faster, and of course, we got it on the first try after that. I shouldn't have to use bonus boxes to win, but whatever, man. 7-11 was one of the worst ones. Destructions are usually the easiest events, but for the key, I needed to drift into 30 targets and hit 30 with rockets. You cannot do both of these at the same time, so this made things much more complex. It especially sucked since I didn't know which requirement I was missing. I found online that I could send the rockets backward and drift into the oncoming targets, but that wasn't working either. But then I found an amazing strategy. Thanks to this video here, I found that I could just go backward at the start and use this group of targets. They respawned constantly, so I was able to farm them until the time ran out. As long as I at least got the silver medal, this could work out. It still took some time, but I did eventually pull it off like this, although I realized something. Wait, I got the key. I got the key. When did I get it? I just realized that. It never popped up. I've had this key already. I mean, I'm glad, but I just wasted time. I did not know I already had the key. Yeah, I earned the key 7 minutes before this. It just didn't do the animation, so I overlooked it in the menu. I'm just too cold with it, man. The final event I want to show is 7-7. This one required me to destroy 15 egg pawns during the race. This requirement is stupid. I have to stay in the back to be able to shoot the egg pawns, but I also need to get a star for it to count, so I had to start trying at the end and hope I destroyed 15. I don't know why they chose this, but it was definitely annoying, especially if I missed my shots. But eventually, I finally got this stupid trophy. Is that the key? Yes, Kagophalist, finally, bro. That trophy was annoying. And right after that, I finally spent 5,000 credits as well. A prize every time. I finally spent 5,000 credits. Chad and I were thinking I'd get all the legendaries before that trophy, but that's not true. We got a lot though, for sure. And also, sometime during the grind, I got a trophy for gaining 6 positions with the drill. All that was left now was to unlock all of the paint kits. You might be thinking, oh, this sounds easy, just show us the plat right now. It's not that easy. Remember how earlier I said I needed to beat every race on expert difficulty? This is why. 7 of the paint kits are locked behind finishing each chapter on expert for some reason, so I had to spend an extra few hours grinding this out. Thankfully, this was more grindy than difficult since I was pretty dialed into the game at this point, and also expert just didn't feel much harder than hard. If this was transformed, I would have hated this, but it isn't. Thank God. I'm not gonna show these races, so instead, let me give some final thoughts on this game. Was this game as bad as I initially thought? No, but it's not great either. The driving is good, the tracks are good, the soundtrack is good, the races and customization are good. It's just that stupid team mechanic. In my opinion, that mechanic does not work in racing games. The fact that I can play my absolute best but be dragged down by my team is really frustrating, and I'm glad it's not in CrossWorlds. As for the difficulty, even though I got used to the game, I'd rate it at least a 5 or 6 out of 10. I don't know where the guide author got 4 from, but those early stages and the keys felt harder than anything I've done in a 4 out of 10. Transformed and Sega are better than this game, and just from playing CrossWorlds Network Test a few months ago, that game is better than this. Anyway, enough rambling, here is the platinum. Alright, and here we go. Here's the platinum. Speed Painter, and Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's go. There's my plat, finally. It took me 27 hours to get this platinum. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Now that I've done the 3 Sonic racing games, of course, next up is CrossWorlds when that comes out, so expect a video around that time. And if you ever want to see these platinums live, I stream here on YouTube every Friday through Sunday at 1 PM Pacific time, unless I'm editing a video. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.